back at it in Cross My Art Studio. Today's mission, turn a piece of wood into a tulip welcome sign that says, "Hey there, sunshine," before you even get to the door. I've got outlines to fix, paint to splash, and probably a few moments where I question my life choices. It wouldn't be therapy if it wasn't, right? Right. But we're gonna roll with it. So, here we go. I am going to fix these outlines on this welcome. Oopty-Doopty-Doo. Hold on. I almost forgot to welcome the newcomers. Welcome. My name is Nikki, and if you're following, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. There is a reason why I did the Oopty-Doopty-Doo. One, I messed up, and I'm tired of taking retakes. So I asked my son to come out and help me with this. There he is. Welcome, Dalton.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
So he is helping me with this video, and I have a surprise for you. Yeah, surprise. That was one surprise, my son. My second surprise is I decided what to do with the tulips, but I will need some help. So what I'm going to do, Oopty-Doopty-Doo. Oopty-Doo, yeah. That is his phrase. How does it go? Oh, he's stuck. Exactly. Just what he said. Okay. Anyway, yes, I figured out what to do with the tulips. I am going to use several different colors. Yes, colors. Not one color, but several. And here they are. Camo pink. Pale daffodil. Lavender sachet. Say that 3 times.
No.
Sun-kissed peach. Canary yellow. I have a question. I have a question for you too. Something to think about while you're watching this. Why do they always give the purples the hardest names? Spectral violet. Always the purples. I don't know, but that is another one. And the final one. I thought you were gonna move it. Is the magenta. They do pinks too, I guess. Nope. Hold that. The magenta, yes, I'm going to use it for 1 tulip. Maybe 2. We'll see how it turns out. But, no, that'll be too much. But, the magenta is going to be the welcome letters. Ooh, pretty. The spectral violet. I'm trying to decide if I want it to be the biggest tulip on the block, on the board, or tie in the magenta with the biggest tulip to tie it in with the welcome, and then put this spectral violet in another tulip. That is my question for you. What would you do? Please comment below. I want your thoughts. I want your comments. Oopty-Doopty-Doo. I want your thoughts. I want your criticism. I want everything that goes with it. Please help me. Please. I am begging. He says the spectral violet for the biggest one. And then putting maybe 1 or 2 magentas in here. So there's some ideas. So I would like to know what you think also, because it's going to be a little bit before I get there. I am going to go ahead and move these back over. And also going to let you know I am going to, I'm going to use this block, it's easier to see. I am going to go ahead and outline these tulips in black. That way it kind of pops a little bit. But it's not going to be as thick as the welcome. So, with all that said, and to welcome my son, I'm going to go ahead and try to get busy. Any questions, go ahead and ask. I will try to answer them as best as I can. I would also like to let you know I am going to be doing a live when, I do not know. But I will wait until the mood strikes me, and then you guys can answer the questions, talk to me. You know, we'll have a little chat without any of this. So, I'm going to get busy and get right to it, and we'll talk to you soon.
Wait a second. Hey, that looks a little thin right there, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, it does.
Here, let me show them real quick, because they probably can't see it from there.
He's talking about right here. It's a little thin. So, I'm going to erase this side.
They can see it.
Okay. And I'm going to try to make it more thicker on the outside of it. What about these? What do you think? Do you think that's a little bit thin too?
I think that looks good right there, but that side might need to erase a little bit.
Okay, so I need to make this side a little more thicker. Oh,
thin.
he
Or whatever. Because
on the outside on me.
I like how it has that little gap right there.
So we will take this and see how I got it there. I'm going to move it just slightly. Well, that's not going to work unless I do all of this. So if I do it all, I think I should just leave this part since it's all straight along the edge. Maybe just a tiny bit on this side. This is where I have to use my eye and not my ruler on some of this.
So I say leave it where it's at.
Leave it right here.
And then just do the inside.
And just leave the insides?
Or fix the inside. Oh, not what I meant. But oopty-doopty-doopty-doo.
Oopty-doopty-doopty-doo.
Yeah, like that.
Okay.
That's how I like it.
Now, this will just kind of, basically it's the artist's eye on what looks the best, because it's not all going to be perfect.
Because nothing's perfect in the world. Like me.
I think that looks a little better. What do you think? Now, let's go back to the original and let's make this just a little bit here. And we can just kind of blend that in. What do you think? You think that's a little better? And just kind of continue going?
Mm-hmm.
That way it's more open there?
Yeah, it looks great to me.
Okay. So thank you for Dalton's eye. He found the Oopty-Doo. So we fixed it. This is one reason why I let everybody see my work and have them comment on it and tell me what their thoughts are. My son was a great example on that. When he came over to look at this board, while he is off doing his little artsy stuff, which I'll show you here in just a minute, he came over and looked and saw that and said, hey, this doesn't look right. So we fixed it. I will show you what he's doing right now. This is what he's working on. I don't know if you can see it. Show him what you're working on. Pick up your little...
Well, it would probably be better if I showed you a picture of what I should be making.
That is what he's working on. Now show him what have you accomplished.
Accomplished this much.
Pull it back.
And then the trigger here. Let me go to this side. Oh, oops.
Oopty-Doo.
Oopsie.
Bring it back, it's a little close.
Oopsie. I have to fix that now.
Well, what is that all made out of? Is it Legos?
It's not really Legos. It's more like off-branded stuff.
Stuff. What is stuff? You have to elaborate a little bit on that. Stuff. What is stuff? It's kind of off-brand Lego.
Yeah, off-brand Lego Technic.
Okay, so that's what he is working on while I am busy working on this. He is out here hanging out with me, so we will get back to the actual project. So anyway, as you can tell, I've learned a big lesson. And for the next one, next welcome sign that I do, which will be on the back side, I am not going to do what I did at the very beginning of this series of videos. I'm not going to take my pins until after I measure, and that way then the lines are more straight. Because right now, this is very difficult for what I've done, because some of these lines are thicker in places than others. Lesson learned. See, I'm still learning every day. So we'll get back to it. Here is Dalton's finished project that he just finished. You want to show him how it works?
Well, I've looked back through the entire instruction manual, and it doesn't work for some reason.
So it's just something to look at?
And I put all the bullets at the end.
Oh yeah? Kind of looks like a flag if you see it from my angle. Anyway.
This is the only thing that works. The trigger doesn't work.
Alrighty. Well, I'm still working. Okay, so I'm going to slow it down for this last letter to explain to you what I am doing and how I am doing it. So I am using my, Dalton, what is that called again? Oh my gosh, you can't remember?
What is it called? Can you remember?
No. Protractor?
That's what I thought it was, but I didn't want to say it and be wrong.
Okay. Anyway, I'm using this lovely thing. I guess it's a small protractor. If I'm wrong, comment in the comment section, please. Comment below and let me know for sure what this is. Yeah, I didn't pay attention in my geometry class very much. So I did was I started on the inside and made this line straight. And then I'm going to continue to do this on all the inside lines. Now that I'm straightened all the lines on the inside, now it's time to measure the 1/4 inch on the outside. Now on these sides, since it might be too much, kind of like this M. I don't know if you can see the M. Let me bring it back so you can see that. On the M, right here. Yeah, that might be a little too much. I might have to go in more on the inside of it. So I will get started doing that. Now that I have measured all that, now I'm going to shade. Now this is what it looks like. So I will get the camera back on me and explain to you why I did this before I even picked up a paintbrush. Oh, Oopty-Doopty-Doo. We just went through an entire talk about if I made any mistakes and life choices and yada yada yada. So we're gonna try this once more. Did I make any mistakes, Mr. Dalton?
Well, I might be one of them, but there's one right there.
No. You're not one of them, for one. For two, just pretend that's supposed to be there. And it's my studio and my rules. I'm here to loosen up, let go, and enjoy the ride.
Well, you can take an eraser to it later, too.
Yeah, I could after I paint through it. So that is what I'm going to do next, is paint these little sketch areas. I was going to do it a different way, but that was going to be a lot harder. So I did the sketching where I need to paint first, and then I'm going to take the eraser to it so I don't have any more pencil marks on it. Anything you want to add, Sir Dalton?
Doper.
We were talking about life choices, and he asked me, well, can't you take an eraser to life? I said, no, you cannot. What is done and set in stone. So I told him that whatever you do in life, sit back, think about it before you do it. Don't be me and not think about it, do it, and then regret it later. And you are not one of my regrets, so don't even say it. So anyway, that was our life choices that I was thinking about. So this has been wonderful therapy. I'm going to get busy and start painting the sketched areas. And
let's doopty-doopty-doo right through this then.
Let's do it. Okay, I am going to be going regular time for the other half of this E, so you can see how much time it does take me on painting. And this is just kind of a sloppy throw the paint on first step. I get a little bit slower the more I add more paint or more coats. Okay, paintbrush. Do your job. We got this. Stay within the 1/4 inch mark. Sometimes that gets a little thrown off, but that's okay because I have white paint and I have that magenta paint, and that will help me straighten my lines out. And you'll see what I mean further into the project I get. Right now I'm using water to kind of help bring this acrylic paint to stretch it a little further. And these darn little marks in my board are kind of difficult. Come on, paintbrush. You got this. Come on. Got to be careful because I don't know how many times I've stuck my hand in the wet paint and moved that paint to another spot of the board where it's not supposed to be. Yeah, well, that's why I say it gets messy before it gets better. I like to think about that. It gets messy before it gets better when I clean also. You know, you rearrange your room. You pull out everything. You clean underneath it. You throw things on your bed. For example, your bedroom. You're cleaning. Throw it on your bed. So that way it's easier to pull out your dressers and whatever else. And it looks like a cluttered mess, right? This is the same exact way. And then once you start putting your room back together, you start organizing your things on where you want them. And then it becomes clean and organized. Same thing with painting. That's why I call this chaos at the beginning. Because literally it is chaos. So far it's been, I don't know how many minutes, and I'm not done yet. Stuck my hand back in the paint again. Paintbrush. They're watching us, paintbrush. No, I'm not crazy. I just like to have a little fun. And who better to talk to than my paintbrush? The paintbrush and me. And we become one. Sometimes. Sometimes I like to throw it. And get mad at it. That's off camera. That'd be paintbrush abuse. So, I think we're done with that. Okay, we'll talk in a minute. That time it wasn't your fault, it was mine. Stuck my thumb in the paint. No. I don't know if it went.
Oh no, let me check. Let's keep this in the video though. Yep, it went.
Okay. And boom! One tulip sign full of good vibes, a little chaos, and a whole lot of love.
And mess ups.
Mess ups. Thanks for hanging out in the studio with me and my son today. If you like this, go ahead and tap that like button. Maybe subscribe. And hey, if you heard me talk to my paintbrush, no you didn't. So, with that, Oopty-Doopty-Doo.
Ba-doop.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.